flow at 5:30 on Thursdays. So right now we currently just have the aerial on Thursday nights. So it's going to be in that room over there. And it starts the second week of July. So more opportunities to get into practice. So, and that one is going to be in the heated room. So it will be warmer for the hour in July, which will already be hot. Good morning. I want to work on a core flow today. So we're working in like a lot of the strength around the center. So rather than thinking of your core as like a six pack that's in the front, we're trying to like, oh, where are the abs here? I want you to think of the core more as like an apple core that comes through the center of you. So if we were to like core you like we core an apple, that whole thing from the top of your head down to the inner arches of your feet is your core. So I'm gonna have everybody come to stand to start somewhere near the top of the mat. And as you come to stand, maybe your feet are together, maybe they're apart, just so they're comfortable to stand on. You can pick up your 10 toes, spread them out really wide. The big toe come down, reach that pinky toe really far out there to spread out those feet and then relax it down. Going to be finding a softness in the knees, relaxing the shoulders, ease in the face. And start by focusing in on your breathing. So yesterday we talked about the pelvic floor and how the pelvic floor connects to the breath. So that as you inhale, your belly expands. And your pelvic floor relaxes, and then as you exhale, your belly draws in, that pelvic floor lifts in and out. So as you find your center today, focusing in maybe again on that breathing and the work and the release in the pelvic floor. We take the first few moments to just notice the quality of the body and the mind today. Is there something that you want from this practice? Is there someone you want to dedicate your time and practice to? That they might have a baby. And that they might rest well. Flaring your eyes open on an inhale, take both arms, reach them up towards the sky. As you exhale, forward fold, allow your knees to bend, your chest to rest down on the thighs. Maybe your fingers come around your elbows. So the wider your feet are apart, the more stable this may feel. So don't be afraid to separate those legs a little extra. And then allowing that body to kind of slump forward right over those legs. You can allow the body to rock gently side to side or front back. Maybe you notice a difference in the tightness in the left leg, the right leg. You feel it in the low back, in the shoulders. And then releasing those hands back down onto the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale and forward fold. Grounding your palms down. Step back to a tabletop position. So the knees are down. And then on an inhale, look up, let your belly drop down, arch your back. And then as you exhale, draw your chin to your chest, round the spine, and push the ground away. 2 more like that. Inhale, look up, belly drops down, arch the back. Exhale, round the spine, chin to the chest. Push the ground away. Last one together. Inhale, look up, belly drops down, arch the back, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale, round the spine, chin to the chest. And now you have 5 breaths to move around any and every way that feels good. Maybe you move your body like a figure 8 or like a jump rope. How does it feel to move your body today? What parts want to move? What feels stuck? Then coming back to your center, ground the palms, tuck the toes, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. And once again, you get to move your body in all the ways that feel good. So move it around. Maybe you bend the knee and then straighten the leg. You can move in the shoulders or in the hips. Maybe you reach your heels to the floor and wag your tail. And you feel really, really, really good. Good. Come on back through center. Inhale, forward, plank position. Exhale, lower the knees down. Tabletop position. So you have to walk the hands back or the knees forward. So you're in a tabletop. Good. Now, we're going to make some circles. The right knee is going to move in a big circle towards your chest, out to the right side, back. But I want you to do this, without moving your hip. Okay, so moving my knee or my femur and moving my hip are 2 different things. So if I get on my all fours here and I do this, and my arms move and my legs move, everything is moving except that femur in the hip socket. I want you to hold this super steady and be like, how much could I move and keep my hips steady? It should feel like a lot of work. So, circle around. 1. Open your chest as much as you can. Back out. 2. And 3. Good. Pause. You feel when your back is moving. Try not to move your back. Take those circles in the opposite direction. Move from your hip. Or from your move from your femur on the right side, not so much on the left side. Hold the left side steady. Yeah. It's so high. And the movement's not so big. It's like, man, it's so much more satisfying when the movement can be big, but we're gonna ask for the movement from the spot. Good, bring it back down. And now we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. So try to still the hips and move that femur bone, the thigh bone, in the hip socket. All the way into your chest, out to the side. Doesn't matter how big it is. See if you can move it slow. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Arms stay super strong. You shouldn't have to bend your elbow to move your knee. Other direction. Go the other way. Strong belly, strong belly, strong belly. You can tell when you're doing it from your waist. Don't do it from your waist. See if you can keep it in that butt shape. 2. And bring back to center. Ooh. Extend the right leg back behind you. Lift it up. But now bend your knees so that the sole of your foot faces the ceiling. Good. Now, you imagine that there's like a really heavy block on top of your right foot. You're going to push that up to the sky without dropping your low back down into the floor. But without lifting your hip up into the air. Pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, push the ground away. 6, hold your belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down. Look at that. Left leg extends. Knee bends, hips even, foot faces the floor. Squeeze. Imagine a really heavy block on top of that foot. Push it up towards the sky. 9, 8. Hold your belly in. 7. Your low back isn't doing it. 6, 5, 4. Low belly in. 3. Arms are straight. 2, and 1. Back to center. Lift hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, hop, step, jump, walk forward. Up and up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Take your overhead, a little back on the top. Super. And hands back. I'm going to get everybody take a block, stick it between your knees. Please. Could be just above the knees, could be just below the knees. It's like sometimes, especially those cord ones hanging on the knee bones, it's not so good. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Reach up, squeeze that block. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come back down to the floor. Squeeze that block. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, palms down, bend your knees, squeeze the block. Jump or hop several times to get to the back of the mat. Don't lose the block. Good. Lower down, chaturanga dandasana. Don't lose the block. Inhale, up dog. Don't lose the block. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Don't lose it. So when you're engaging in your core, that inside of the legs, that feeling of squeezing in the block, we bring that right up the inner thighs, into the pelvic floor. We're trying to connect even your arms into that center. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, jump, don't lose your block, top of that. 1 or several hops. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to sitting. Arms overhead, a little back bend. And then hands back to heart center. Good. Move that block down now so it's between your ankles. Everybody did so good. I'm just gonna update them here.
Probably hard.
Wait a minute. So the blocks have height. So depending on how you feel your ability to squeeze is, you can change the width of the block. So there's it's skinniest, and then if you turn it on its side, it's a little fatter, and then if you take it at its widest, it's at its fattest. Okay? Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Hold on to that block. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down. Good. Lean into those hands, bend your knees. Hug the block. Back of the mat. So good. Yes. Good. Hug that block. Hold. Plank position. You know those inner calves like squeezing, your thighs squeezing, your belly squeezing. Good. Push forward off those toes out. Lower down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Hover off the floor. Inhale, lift. Upward facing dog or tall. Belly drops down. Squeeze that block. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. How fun is that? Huh? Good. Let's come forward again. Plank position. Squeeze the yoga block. Good. Now, keep squeezing that block. You take your right hand, push it down into the floor so much that your left hand gets light. You can touch your left shoulder with your left hand. And your hips don't move. Oh. And then bring it back down. Push so much down into that left hand that your right hand gets light. And you can like touch your shoulder and your hips don't move. And then you come back. And then one more time. Rest. Keep shot. Tap the shoulder. Return. Tap the shoulder. Return. And then downward facing dog. Ooh. Relax the feet, but you don't have to hang out to that block anymore. Yes. Drop it. Out of the way. Inhale, forward, plank position. You find the engagement of the block even though it's not there. And lift your right leg up off the floor. Hips stay even. But now if you take your right leg out to the right side, keep those hips even. Yeah. And then back to center and down. Good. Left leg lifts up. So if your butt has to go way up in the air, you can put your knee down. Try to keep the body in a plank. Push the ground away. Take that left leg out to the left side. And down. So it's off the floor. We're holding it up and out, up and out, up and out from that side left shoulder. Good, back through center. And then downward out, chaturanga dandasana. Good, inhale, upward facing dog, upward tall. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, top step, jump up, look top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, take your arms up overhead, a little back bend. And then your hand back. Good, shifting the weight into the left leg. If you're standing on your left leg, the right tippy toes go just behind you. Good, now your right hand is gonna come forward as you go down, so you tip forward. This stays in a line, so none of this, none of this. We're staying in this nice straight line, and we're gonna tip forward as far forward as you can go, where your hamstring, the back of your left leg, is gonna engage and pull you back up to standing. You do 5 men on that side with your hips even, and those inner thighs working. You take your time. Breathe. The slower you do these, the harder they get. Drop that hip down. And then find the hamstring. Use it to come up with that. It's different than using your back to come up. And give all that work to the hamstring. Good. Tipping forward. Body stays in the line. Drop that down even more. There it is. And then using that hamstring to come all the way back up. So good. Feel the way that that standing like knee like wants to collapse in. You just like refuse it. You're like, nope. You feel how that's like on an angle? Use it. We're gonna work the butt cheek. Pivot. Try to like insist on the butt cheek part of it. After you get your 5, you switch the legs. Tip it down. There you go. Now squeeze your butt to lift the leg up. Yes. Right. I squeeze with you. I just walk around squeezing my butt cheeks, thinking about how hard this is. Yes, yes, yes. That's it. Tipping. Keep rolling this back out. Yes, yeah. And then finding that hamstring, and then using it to come all the way back up. If you're like, these are easy, and you're not doing it. Way down. Pause right there. Squeeze. Yeah. Roll in. Yep. Roll this one out. Yeah, it's like that. Perfect. Find this hamstring, now use it to come all the way up. Ooh, so much better. Good. After you do your 5 on both sides, you find a forward fold at the top of the mat. That's it, keep rolling it. Yes. Go from the top of the mat. Hands down onto the floor. Make little movements side to side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Ground those palms down. Step back. Lunge position. Good. Hold in there. Nice and strong in your high plank. We're gonna lower down to the right elbow. And then the left elbow. So you're in the forearm. Good. Butt stays low. If the butt needs to go up in the air, roll the knees down. I want that butt in its line. Bring your feet together, big toes touch. Oh God. Squeeze those inner thighs together. You got it. Now, both heels to the right, left arm up towards the sky, Vinyasa, side plank. If this is too much, your top foot comes down in front of you, and you push down into that top foot, but teach that side butt cheek to work. Good. Breathe. Feel the alignment of the body. Press down into the pinky toe side of that right foot and lift those hips a little higher. Good. Back through center. Both forearms. Breathing. Feet together, big toes touch. Both heels to the left. Right up. Vinyasa, side. You have the option, the top foot can come down in the front and you push down into the top foot. Otherwise, you're holding yourself up here trying to push the baby toes out of the foot into the floor. My favorite part of no music during this is that you have to listen to what your head is saying. It's so great when it's quiet and hard. Back to center, forearm plank. Lower all the way down. So we found lots of work in the front, in your plank positions. We found lots of work in the sides, in your side plank position. Your leg lifts. We're gonna do some work in the back. How do we strengthen the core muscles around the back? So separating those feet a little wider than distance apart and release your fingers behind your back. So that your knuckles are like right at the top of your butt cheeks. Good, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now, I want you to try to lift up so that you put your knuckles on the floor between your legs. So you're trying to like lift up, tap the floor, and then come back down. Yeah, it's okay. No one's actually gonna touch the floor. That's the direction. When I say like reach to the ceiling or the sky, no one's like, oh, I'm so far away. It's like, yeah, it's okay. It's just the direction. So you're thinking about between your legs. Okay? We're gonna lift and lower for 10. You can lift on an inhale or exhale, doesn't matter. Go. 10, 9, up and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. All right, so you're not in your neck, right? Back of the neck is long. Shoulder blades are squeezing together. Your back body is working. You're lifting yourself up as high as you can. Now stir your body to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Good. You can like shimmy your hips side to side. Let your arms rest. And we'll take the hands behind your head, elbows wide. Maybe your fingertips just touch your ears. And now lift your elbows up off the floor. Just the elbows. Forehead stays down. Yeah, so now we're in the back. So forehead is down, back of the neck is long. Elbows are lifted up. Good. You feel like you have to work your back muscles to hold those elbows up? Don't lose that. And we lift and lower the upper body for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, lift, 3, lift, 2, lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And you get another leg shimmy, a little shimmy or shimmy. A little ease in the low back. If you're finding like, man, that really hurts my low back, we're moving too much from that space. So you think about getting as long as possible and engaging the front of your abs so that your belly is resisting what your back is doing. All right, this time, arms out in front of you like letter I. Palms face each other, forehead down. Now you lift your arms up. Good, forehead stays down, arms stay up. Feel that work in the back of the shoulders. That stays. Now we're trying to lift up and back. Go ahead. 10, 9, keep reaching those arms out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up and hold it up for 5. Back of the neck is long. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So good. One more little shimmy shake in those hips, releasing any tension in that low back space. Good, bring those hands back underneath your shoulders, sit back towards your heels, transitioning through child's pose, back to a downward facing dog. My oldest kid graduates from high school today.
I know.
And as I think about how I feel about her transitioning to college, I've realized that for the past 18 years, all of my decisions have been about how they will affect her. And I find myself in this unusual place where now that's less true. Where the decisions I make are not quite so tied to her anymore. And I think where else in my life have I been making decisions that are for me? And this room is where I get to make decisions about what's good for me. And this place, and these walls, and this ceiling, and this floor, for the past 12, 13 years have been about me. So as we move through the second half of this class, I want you to make sure that you're making decisions for you. That this practice is not something you do for me. It's not something you do for the person next to you. But it's your time to make decisions just for you. Inhale, fold. Exhale, hop, step, jump, walk, top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, taking those arms up, overhead, a little back. And then your hands back to center. So I gave all of you a little washcloth on the floor. If you're at home and you have carpeting, a paper plate works well. Otherwise, if you're at home with a hardwood floor, socks are fantastic. You're gonna have 1 foot on your yoga mat, and then 1 foot off the yoga mat. The foot that's off the yoga mat goes on the little towel.
And I thought she cared.
I know. I wasn't bringing that towel for you to wipe your sweats. Not exactly.
So sweet.
So, the leg that I stand on, that's on my yoga mat, takes my weight. The other leg is gonna go out to the side, as far out to the side as you can take it, and then pull with your inner thighs to come back into the center. So you're washing our floor, okay? Taisha was like, I gotta do the floor. Heel on the ground. And I go, if it's not smooth, if it's like, I have to from my back or from somewhere else, too much.
What do you on the ground? This one?
Your standing leg, you'll sit down. This one, you're on your toes, and you're finding how far out can I go that I can pull myself back in using my inner thigh.
Yes.
Now, if you're like, ooh, I'm getting a knee thing. Ooh, my hip. Smaller movements. Maybe we just skip it altogether. But you're finding, how do I stand on this leg and find my split? How many? Yeah. A lot. Just keep going. Yeah. And then back to center. See if you bring your feet closer together. Doesn't have to be big. Pull them back. You're gonna run out. Alright.
This one.
Chest stays up. Yeah. Then one more. Good. And then switch sides. So maybe you just turn around, you find the other side of your mouth. We're doing the same thing on the other side. So you find the weight in one leg, the other leg out to the side, and then back up to 10. We're trying to keep that chest tall and to find the work in that leg on the ground. See how slow you can move. We're trying to find the muscular engagement. So I reach out, and then I keep my chest up. So if you have to lay your chest down, I want you to try to stay up a little higher. Work those hips a little differently. Yes. Whoa, and then back in. Again, I squeeze my butt cheeks for you. So much. Couple more. Just go as far as you can, so pull yourself back up. I like right side takes so long for the muscles to be like, oh, like this. Standing on that right leg. All right. Good. You can leave those towels there somewhere near the front. Come to stand at the top of the mat. Inhale. Both arms up towards the sky. Reach up on your back. Exhale, forward fold. Hands down towards you. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms down. Step back, plank position. Good. Right knee comes down onto the floor. Good. Now stack the left hip on top of the right. Press that left foot down into the floor. Yes. Left arm up towards the sky. In a modified plank position. Now push down into that left foot so much that you can lift the right leg up in front of you. The right leg. The right leg is the one on the bottom. The right leg. Wait a minute. Lift it up. Yep. And then hold it out in front of you. Imagine like you're holding like a tray out there for someone in front of you. So flex your foot, toes back towards your face. Lift it up and towards your face. Yes. Up and towards your face. Up and towards your face. And back. So nice. Good. Both hands off the floor. Left knee down. Right leg goes back. Extends. Press the right foot down. Right arm up towards the sky. A modified plank position. Now for your inner thigh. You lift that bottom leg, which is currently the left one, up off the ground. Lift it, lift it, lift it. Towards your face. Hold it up. 5. So good. Feel those even hips. Find that inner thigh on that leg. 2. And 1. Back. Sit back towards your heels. Transitioning from that child's pose to downward facing dog. Hips to the sky. We find those muscles that squeeze in. We find them to squeeze in and push down. Walk those feet in about 6 inches. Take them a little wider. Look at your hands. Now you're going to jump and imagine your butt stays up in the air. You look for hang time before your feet come down the floor. So hop to the top. Super. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Now rise all the way up to stand. Take those arms up overhead and back and up. Squeeze your butt, press those hips forward, forward, forward. Good, and then back to center. Excellent. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. We're gonna open up so that you're facing the long edge of the mat. So you can pivot on your front heel. Follow the foot. Yep, so you're facing the to side. And now shorten up that stance about halfway. So hands come down to the floor. Or onto the block. So you're not necessarily in your wide leg forward fold. You're a little bit narrower than that. Good. Now walk both hands to the right a little bit. And lift your left leg up and off the mat. And towards your face.
Straight leg?
Yeah, straight leg. Up and up. Hold it up there. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Both hands. A little to the left. You'll figure out how much you need. Good. So we're staying facing forward. Because I want that leg straight out to the side. So your head and your hips are in the same line. Good. Lift that leg up and out to the side. Come on, lift it up higher than you'd like to. Yes, flex your foot. Make it active all the way to your toes. You mean this. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. And then put it back down. So good. This time, the left leg, you're going to take the left fingers around the left big toe. That left leg's going to lift up and out to the left side. Okay, but don't let go of your foot. So you might have to get yourself in a narrower position. You can put your hand on the block if you want. And now lift that left leg up and out to the left side and hang on to that foot. Hold it out there. Yeah, and smile and breathe. This is funny stuff. Good, breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back. Move around. If those aren't like in your butt cheeks, then you're not doing them right. It should burn. That's okay. Right fingers, hold on to the right foot. Good. Lift it up, hold it up and outside. So figure out how far over onto that left leg do I need to get to find out. So hold that right leg up and out to the side. Lift my butt cheeks. Squeeze. And then back to the center. Oh, so nice. Good. Inhale. Half a lift. Exhale. Now rise. All the way up to stand. Then you can reach out. Hands on your low back to your glutes. Press those legs forward. And then back to center. Good. Turn right toes back towards the front of the mat. Step forward. So everybody's got their little hanky towel thing. You're gonna take them right off to the side of your mat or in front of it. You're gonna find a place where you're holding your plank position with your toes on that piece, and then you can either pull your knees in and then send your knees out, or you're pulling your toes in and then pushing it back out. Forward and back. Let's do 10 of whatever ones you choose. Pull to come up. Push to go back. Pull to come up. Pull them, pull them, pull them, pull them, pull them. And then send them back. And then Pull the hip up.
I will.
Down the back. See if you can find the muscles, right? We're trying to connect to those deep belly muscles, those inner thighs that squeeze in and push down. All the things we've been working on. After you get your 10, just come back up to 10. Alright. One more efforting, and then let me stretch, I promise. Okay. You're gonna find a spot in your wall. You're gonna use these skill sets that we've created to work on jumping up with your knees in your chest so that your butt maybe like kisses the wall, perhaps stays there, and then comes back down. So if I'm close to the wall, about like, my fingers are like less than one of these little blocks away. Come into my fingers, up on my tippy toes. Jump, see if I can get my butt to kiss the floor or the wall, and then back down. So 1, it's trying to get your butt all the way up there. 2, no flinging the legs. Keep everything squeezing in, push down. Hop, back down. Hop, back down. 5 to 10. Hop. You don't need the wall, just do this side of the room. Get those knees in, pull them down. Push down, hop. Try to get that butt to touch the wall. Stop as far. Yeah. How do you want to try to in the middle of the floor? You can
So you come out, maybe move your hands out a little bit more. Yeah, instead of like almost a wide. Okay.
Just. Get those hands closer. Closer? Yep. Closer, closer, closer. Closer, closer. And then together, a little closer. That's it. Yep. After you do your 5 to 10, and you're like, okay, that's good. Come back to the center. Just knees in. Good. And then back to the floor. Oh, I just want to keep jumping. So good.
I don't even know what that
Okay. All right. From your mat. You want to fold those edges over. We're going to take that frog position where your knees go wide out to the sides and you stay in line. The idea here is to come up as high as you can. So the advanced part would be using blocks to get your hands and your chest up, up, up. Not this one. Okay? I don't want you to like relax here and just soften. I want you to have to work. So your knees are going out as wide as you can. You roll the edges of the mat if you like. And you stay up as high as you can. I want as much weight over your hips as you can take. So if you have blocks, you want to put your hands on blocks. Amazing. So once everybody gets in, we'll start our count. Good. So you get your butt in line with your knees. So your butt moves forward. Yeah. And now you try to get down to the floor without your butt going back to your heels. And then see if those feet can get in line with the knees. So that instead of the feet being in, I want the feet to go out to the side. Even more out. And then your butt comes forward, which is about 6 inches. And then down towards the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, and one arm up. One arm down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Easy workout. One knee goes into frog, one leg goes out long, like we did in our little like slides that we did before. So one leg is going into its frog-ish shape. The other foot goes out and it's on that slider and we're trying to reach it up as far as you can. Hands come up as tall as you can. We're trying to find that place that like potentially I can take like one hand and then the other up off the ground. Good, keep trying to send those hips forward. Feel how different it gets in there. Good. One arm up, one arm down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch the arms. 5. Let those toes. 4. So good. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the center. Pull it in. Other side. So you're switching the knee that's on the sliding. So one leg is in the frog, other leg is on the sliding piece. Good. You're getting out there as far as you can. Good. It's very tempting to take your butt back towards your heel. See if you can send your weight forward. Keep those hips and then keep the same line. So forward with those hips up for researchers. Yes. Way better. Yes. And then chest up tall. And maybe one arm up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back. Bring him in. Now both legs go wide. So options here. I start in by standing wide-legged forward fold. And then I take my legs out to the sides, pointing the toes out as far as it feels good. Come up as high as I can. 2, I can try to sit back in my seated wide-legged forward fold, and then try to rock forward for my pelvis, and then come up. Your choice. From standing or from seated, we're trying to get middle splits, which means toes point and the knees roll in and the hips roll forward. Chest is up as high as you can take it. And breathe. I make my decision in this room forward. About in a constant state of reflection. And bring them back in. Great. Good. Turning towards the front of the room. Feet together, knees together. Ankles together. Sit up as tall as you can. Eye on the sit bone, knees can bend as needed. Inhale. Exhale, tip forward out over those legs. And keep our ankles together. This is about the legs squeeze it in. And see if you can pull your big toes back so that they're even with your big toes. And see if you can squeeze this. Like squeeze on here. Yeah. See how that like.
Yeah.
And then back there. Try to turn all of this on as much as possible too. Good, come all the way back up to the center. Nice and tall. Legs extended out long now. Get that block nearby. And then take it with us, so put it in your hands. Legs together, you squeeze in, roll it down nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time, so you're all the way down your back. You need some space, move forward. Roll down, roll down, roll down. Good. Now, there's a difference between like when the back engages and like the belly relaxes and those ribs flare. I don't want you to find relaxed in the abs. So take that block up towards the sky, reach it up. Now I want you to pull your ribs down towards your pelvis and your pelvis towards your ribs. See if you can squeeze those legs together a little bit, lift them 6 inches off the floor. Press your belly down. But now lift your block up to the ceiling, straight up to the ceiling, shoulders off the floor. Good, now start lifting up even higher, bring those legs up and give the block to your legs. Put it between your ankles. Yeah. Feel how your abs are engaged? You should be up, up, up with that upper body. Good, now that your feet have it, start to lower your legs down, roll your upper back down. Don't give up and just let your back flop. Good, and then stay engaged. Belly pulls in and down. If you're like, look down and see like a teepee in your, or like a triangle kind of like coming up to the center of your stomach, know that you want to push that down to the floor. Lift it up, legs up, arms up. Squeeze that belly in and down to the floor. Take that block in your hands. And then take it over your head, lower the legs as far as you can without letting go. Pull this down to the floor. Other way. Yes, lift it up. Give it to your feet. Squeeze in. Good. Hold. Upper body comes up. Good. Start to lower your head and chest. Don't lose this piece. Good. Lower it down. Don't lose this piece. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Yes. Back up. Squeeze. Take the block. Yes. And take it down. Stay engaged, stay engaged, stay engaged. One more time, up. Squeeze, belly pulls in. Good, lower, don't lose the ribs. Stay in. Good, now start to lower the legs. Yes, in and down, arms can reach, but don't lose this. Yes, back up, I lied, last one, squeeze, up. Give. Don't lose this. Lower, but keep squeezing here. Keep squeezing, back up. One more time, squeeze them up. And release. So again, if you're like, meh, easy, could do those all day, you're not doing them right. They should be so hard. You're finding the engagement that you create from this strength that you have. You're fighting your body. It should be super hard. Bring the soles of the feet down to the floor. Lift those hips up towards the sky, bridge pose. Maybe interlace your fingers behind your back. You get your palms to touch. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Fingers are interlaced, palms touch, get those pinkies down on the floor. And reaching for your knuckles. Or for your heels. Knuckles to heels, reach. Good, and then nice and slow release the hand. Lower the upper back, middle back, lower back. Back down on the floor. All right, you got 2 more back bends. You can do bridge, you can do restorative bridge. You can do wheel, where your hands come to the floor by your shoulder. You can come up to seated and take one hand down on the floor behind you and do that like big circle into wheel. Any of the variations you like. You choose. When you're ready. Like you think about it, weight into your hands. Yes. More into your arms. Opening the upper back. After you've had enough on one, bring it back down. Take a rest on the floor. Maybe the knees come together, maybe the knees go out wide. Maybe you make little shitty side to side movements. Bless you.
Thank you.
Good, last one. When you're ready, bring it up. Your last back bend can be whatever is going to feel really, really good for you. And coming back down, upper middle and lower back. So once again, a little softening, a little ease. A little rock side to side. Good, coming to center, cross your right knee over your left knee. Keep your arms out wide like letter T. And then have both knees fall to the left. So right knee is on top of left knee. And then we turn to the side. If that feels like, whoa, too much twist, then unwind the legs. You reach the right hip away from the right shoulder as much as you can. Coming back through center. And the same thing now on the opposite side. So the left knee over the right knee, arms in the T. And then both knees to the right. Getting as long as you can from the left shoulder to the left hip, that longest line. Good. Coming back to the center, bringing the knees into the chest. You can feel little circles on that low back, first in one direction, and then the opposite direction. So those legs out, nice and long, your arms overhead, big, long stretch. Fingers to toes. Fingers to heels, stretch. And then coming to rest. Placing your arms to your side. And taking your time to add the layers. Take away the layers. Itch your nose. Fix your hair, your outfit. This time is about you. So let's make it as comfortable, easeful, complete as possible. Because whether you have two-legged, four-legged, no-legged, one-legged beings that you make decisions for. And we choose things for ourselves with them in mind. This moment is just about you. Beginning to breathe life back into your fingers and your toes. Increasing in your inhales and your exhales. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. One more like that, big inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Making your way over onto your side body. And then from your side body, take your time. Press all the way up to a seated position. Closing our practice together with the sound of Om in unison. Exhaling. Inhaling. I'm going to join gratitude. I thank you all so very much for coming today and sharing your practice with me. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Yeah. Come back for more. Thank you.